Hey guys, it's Pope and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about kind of what is in store for me in the future in my athletic career. I've been getting so many questions about if I'm going back to weightlifting, if I'm going to keep pursuing bodybuilding, if I'm going to do another show coming up. All kinds of questions about like what's next, and this whole video is going to be dedicated to that. And I'm also going to be hitting a back day workout. This video is sponsored by Built Bar. I love these protein bars because they taste amazing and have great macros. This one is the coconut flavor and it has 17 grams of protein and only 18 grams of carbs. So about the same amount of protein as carbs, which is pretty rare in a protein bar, especially one that tastes really good. You can check out the Built Bars with a discount by using the link in my description, or you can use my discount code, which is KPOPE10. Like I said in the intro, the burning question I'm getting from all angles right now is if I'm going to be going back to weightlifting now. And the very simple answer is no, I'm not going to be going back to weightlifting right now because I don't want to. It's as simple as that. I spent a lot of my life dedicated to the sport of weightlifting. If you're new to my channel, I competed internationally for Team USA on 3 different occasions. I climbed the ladder from the very bottom of the weightlifting pool close to the top, making it to that elite level. Obviously didn't make it to the Olympics or anything like that, but I was like the level right underneath that, competing in some invitational style international competitions. And to get to that level of competition in weightlifting, your entire life has to be dedicated to weightlifting basically. You have to eat, sleep, breathe weightlifting every single day, and at this point in my life, I'm just not willing to do that. And literally, it just comes down to being as simple as that. I know I have the capabilities to get back to the level that I was, but I do not have the drive to do that. I think it's kind of boring, to be honest, right now, to go do that same thing over and over and over that I've done for so many years. And that's why this whole bodybuilding journey has really like sparked new fire in me. And I think people that have watched this journey can really see that. Like, I don't know how else to explain it besides like it's lit the fire back in me where I was feeling very burnt out before. I felt like I basically reached my full potential in weightlifting, and that's kind of a sad thing because once you do that, you're like, what am I training for? Like, yeah, I could train for another 3 years and get maybe a couple more kilos PR on my total, but is that really worth it to me at this point? And when I ask myself that question, the answer is always no. So I just don't want to do it right now. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to change my mind and want to pick it back up again and like prove something to myself, or I don't know, I just would have to find a new intrinsic motivation, and that's just not there right now. I think a lot of people think I'm very competitive by nature, and that's not me. I like to set like individual goals for myself, and I love to like chase that down. It's not like I want to go win or I really want to beat so-and-so. Everything I've done to this point is because like I've decided like I really want to accomplish this thing and I'm gonna stop at nothing to do it. And there's not that thing for me in weightlifting right now that I feel that huge desire to go accomplish. So I'm just not in the headspace right now to do that sport. Versus the bodybuilding thing, like I set out to do this thing of go get my pro card, and I really enjoyed learning something new, having a new challenge. Like there's so much in the sport of bodybuilding like I had no idea like the process of. And so that spark is lit within me again because it's this whole new challenge that I'm having to give myself mentally and physically. And I'm really enjoying the process of that. So I have that desire and motivation to accomplish new things. So I want to keep doing it. I want to see what I can do with it. I don't really know what my goals are just yet, but those are like starting to form in my mind. But I need to go down this road a bit more to kind of set those goals, if that makes sense. And it's kind of frustrating that I get asked like, why aren't you doing weightlifting? Why aren't you doing weightlifting? Like I'm not doing something really cool instead, because I am. There's not many people that can say they were a 2-show pro, and that is what I just accomplished. And the reason I'm able to shift so easily into the bodybuilding world is because I've put in this decade of work already in strength sports. So the foundation is already there. Now I just need to kind of shape shift a little bit and like morph that work into something that looks a little bit different training style, which I'm really enjoying learning more and more about the bodybuilding training style. And I'm just doing what makes me happy. And I'm just some girl that likes to lift weights. You know, I'm just living my life. The other thing about doing the bodybuilding side of things, because it's not so mentally demanding in the training, I'm able to focus on a lot of other things outside of the gym, versus if I was only training weightlifting, that, like I said in the beginning, like I have to go all in, and that doesn't leave as much like mental stamina and energy for other things in my life, like playing with my kid and growing my business. So when I'm training this bodybuilding style right now, I feel like I'm able to achieve a lot better life balance. And I don't necessarily believe in having like a perfect life balance. I think things are often out of balance. Like when I was doing my shows, my life was very out of balance because a lot of my focus was on that dieting, which makes you very mentally drained, and prepping to do my very best in those shows. But now that I'm going into an off season, I will have a lot better balance. And if I was training weightlifting, you don't really get that in an off season because your off seasons are very short, and the training sometimes is even harder in an off season for weightlifting, versus in bodybuilding, the training might be harder, but you get to eat more. So there's like some pros and cons there. As for what's next with my bodybuilding journey, I am going to be taking the remainder of 2022 off of competing, which I've never had a season this long without competing, except for when I was pregnant. So this is going to be really interesting. I want to see how far I can take my physique as far as growth goes. So I'm going to spend a really long time just build, and see how much bigger I can get. So my plan of attack for that, I'm going to be doing a mixture of powerlifting and bodybuilding. So I'm going to be doing barbell compound lifts, followed up with a lot of bodybuilding work afterward. So I'm using both of my program paths right now, the dynamic powerlifting and dynamic fitness, to get that powerlifting side of things and bodybuilding. And I think this is going to be a really nice recipe for some big gains and a big success for the rest of the year. And I'm really excited to not have the stress of competing. I'm always competing year after year after year, always just training for the next event. And right now I am treating this like I'm training for the next event, but it's going to be very far off. And I want to just put in the work right now, see what I can accomplish getting bigger, because if I want to be competitive in the pro leagues, I have to get bigger. That was very obvious when I did the Boston Pro, that was the smallest one by far, and my routine is killer. So if I can get my physique a bit bigger, I will start to be a little bit more competitive. So that's just kind of the obvious natural next step. And I don't want to be dieting like year round and be limiting those gains. So like I said, I'm going to take a really long off season and just focus on developing my physique more, which I'm really excited about. I've never done this, and like I said, this is lighting my fire to get like really motivated to accomplish something new and big and exciting. So I'm very happy and very positive about what is next for me. I know some people want to see me doing weightlifting, but I don't think it really affects anyone. What I'm doing is my life, and I'm gonna live it the way I want to, the way that's most fulfilling for me. And hey, you might see me back on the weightlifting platform next year or the year after, or in Masters, or I mean 2 months from now I could change my mind and be like, hey Amy, I'm ready to go, let's get to work, let's train for the American Open. I mean, I change my mind a lot, so we'll just see what happens. But for right now, I am chasing the gains, getting my leg strength back, and let's see how big we can get. It's gonna be fun. Today I'm about to hit the gym for back day, so you guys can come along with me for my workout. Let's go. Oh yeah, I did want to show you guys this new sweatshirt that I have on. It's available in my store. One of my tattoo artists made this Stay Hungry design for me, which turned out so sick. I have a bunch of the sweatshirt left, and I have very limited quantities left in a tank and crop top, and a bunch of the black tee left. So if you want to support some merch from my store, you can go check that out. dynamicpursuit.net. Okay, now let's go to the gym. On the way to the gym now. The first thing on the menu today is deadlifts. We're doing deadlifts from the blocks right now on the powerlifting program. I am basically just picking a weight that seems manageable for the day because I am so detrained, and that's what I would suggest for any of my own lifters. If they haven't been training for a while, don't pay too much attention to percentages, or if you are like really wanting to use percentages, lower your baseline, don't go off of your true max. There's no way I could pick up my true max deadlift anytime soon after not deadlifting for quite a while. So right now I'm just kind of picking a weight. I know that I can get my sets and reps in. Something that's going to be challenging to finish, but not trash me so much that I can't keep progressing each week. And then I have a lot of bodybuilding to do after that. So it's going to be a fun workout today. Have my Pounce pre-workout on hand. This is the new flavor that's going to be coming out in just a few short weeks. Everything is ready and stocked on the shelves for second flavors now. We're just waiting on the approval from the banned substance testing, getting that certification, and then we're ready to go. I can't wait to show you guys what this new flavor is. It's so good. T-bar row. I just wish I was about 3 or 4 inches taller. I had a really great training session today. Did my deadlifts for the 8s at 215 pounds, which isn't too far off of what my 70%, which was programmed, whatever you know what I'm trying to say, what the prescribed weight should have been for my actual PRs. So I'm feeling good about that. Some of my back strength is coming back, and I didn't feel like I'm going to be quite as sore as the last couple weeks as I've been getting back into compound lifts. And all of my bodybuilding movements today were stronger, and I was doing, I think, the most weight I've done on all of those exercises today. So that's exciting to be progressing. My training program is set up to where you're doing progressive overload, same exercises every week, trying to push yourself a little bit heavier or like better technique, more control, somehow progressing every week with the same exercise, and feeling really good about my own progress. Like I said, I'm entering a really long gain season, and I plan to vlog all of this. I have been MIA for the last couple weeks because I was really sick, but I'm going to try to get back to regular weekly updates and vlogs so you can look forward to following my journey as I try to grow in the sport of bodybuilding. If you want to jump onto my program, it's my exact workouts that I do for the bodybuilding program. It's called Dynamic Fitness. It's $15 a month. You can check that out on my website. And I have the links for all of my programs and whatnot in my description always. That's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Might have been a long one. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for the support, as always. I know not everyone is like questioning my moves and stuff, what I was talking about earlier. Some people have been extremely supportive about my switch into the bodybuilding world, and I cannot thank you guys enough, those of you that have been my cheerleaders throughout this like process of switching. Really, really appreciate all the love that I've been given from my supporters. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, I'm trying to get started on. Everywhere I've gotten a ton of love, especially like when I got my pro card and finally did it. I really felt like that outpouring of love from my supporters. So just want you guys to know that doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate every comment and message. See you guys in the next video. Bye.